Well, welcome back to Vinci Gaming, and here we are. Man, sorry, I got a little cough going there. Man, we'll get that cleared out here before the stream's over. All right, so we are welcoming you back to some nextfest demos. Man, we got a lot lined up here for the rest of this week. All right, so this game here by Bellalar Studios, the publisher's Fellow Travelers. This game is still coming out later this year. I know this has been out on some larger channels. This game looks very interesting. It's a bit of a storyline, but for most part, it's a resource management survival type game. So let's just jump right on into it, man. Appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate all the chatters, all the watchers, all the lurkers, all the non-naughty bots, and everybody who's going to watch that replay later. Man, hello, Beaver. How you doing, man? All right, let's jump right to it here. Go there. Let's turn some sound on. Is there sound? Can't quite hear it. Oh, there's my puppy. There's my puppy. My puppy's enjoying something. As with all the nextfest demos, down in the description is a link where you can wishlist the game. A few of the games are coming out very soon, either during this month, next month, or the following month here by the end of the year, something like that. Let's jump right in a new game. Let's roll. Oh, the air's bees cold. Oh, wow, that is beautiful. I like that. All right, I know we're loading up here, but this is interesting. Very interesting for a opening loading screen. Oh, wait. Now I'm supposed to talk. That's me. Oh, the airs be cold, a flakin' white, as a sailor begs their pledge. To the ice they'll pray their leads reveal. Out in the ice they'll stake a claim. That in the dark they'll brace themselves. Oh, yeah. This kind of choices matter here. Here we go. To the ice they'll pray that leads reveal. Out in the ice they'll stake their claim. And carve a course ahead. Of homes they'll dream. To the souls around. Of glory found. Of glory found and forged in frost, so that their tale may be spread. A hunger draws the desperate here. Such lonely souls need led. What will you do when steel hearts break and courage does abscond? I'll lead these souls, so help the gods. I'll lead these souls, so help the gods, out to the pale beyond. Begin your journey. I like that intro. That's pretty cool. Crew wanted. Able-bodied crew wanted for dangerous expedition. Months of darkness, low wages, slim chance of a safe return. Glory to be had in the event of success. Address. Overleaf. You're alone in the office, and nobody wants the job. You're the only one. The tea in your hand has long since gone cold. Ah, it's adequate. I'd rather some coffee. I'd rather coffee. Looking around the room, you can make out a collection of military books. On the desk is a ship in a bottle. A metronome ticks away steadily, and I say, "Shut the flip up, I'm trying to think." It's insufferable. The constant chime begins to wear at the patience. Stop the infernal ticking! You attempt to stop the ticking. The needle breaks off. Oops. Stick it in my pocket. You quickly shove the needle into your pocket. The room is sweltering, the air stiff and stale. You hear footsteps climbing the stairs that brought you here. Remain standing. The door behind you swings open. The captain bounds past you to the other side of the desk. Do you have all your teeth? I've enough to get by. Can never be too careful. Captain sits down. It's the little things you can lose people to. Ah. You're late. You best get used to waiting in line for this kind of work. How many people have died under your supervision? None. Because I ain't supervised anything. Meaning you're either perfect for the job or a liar. Or you've never been in command. Which is it? If I was a liar, would I be in this room? Please take a seat. I'd rather stand. Of course, this won't take long. Puff your pipe. I'm Captain Hunt. Pleasure is mine, Robin Shaw. On your desk, which ship is that? Ah, this? Detailed, isn't she? Incredibly. An old sailor superstition. I hope you weren't waiting too long. It's fine. I'm told it's worth the wait. Good. There's been a lot of candidates. Some good, some bad. Interesting mix. I'm sure you understand the need for discretion. Months of darkness, low wages, slim chance of safe return. That didn't deter you, did it? Quite the opposite. It's why I'm here. A thirst for adventure, then. I'd keep that to yourself around the other sailors. They might drown you in it. A few questions first. Were you born a landlubber or a sea dog? Oh, the ocean. Same as yourself. I'm salt born and bred. Military experience. Oh. Merchant. Sailed the merchant lines 12 years. Very good. What did you trade in? Anything we could get our hands on. Have you ever fired a weapon? Yes, and I'm a great liar. Have you ever killed a man directly or otherwise? Yes. I see. You're not married, are you? 12 wives. All have passed. You better not have a death wish. One must believe they'll return to justify leaving in the first place. Any less and you're doing yourself a disservice. So, where are we headed? We're here to find the ship in that bottle. The Viscount. Heard of it? No, enlighten me. He clears his throat. Something I need to do. I appreciate all of you being here. If you are enjoying this, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It also helps me, but it also helps the developer of this game. Nice demo from Nextfest. He clears his throat. 5 years ago, she set sail on a research expedition towards the Dead Peninsula. They were trying to find and study the absolute magnetic south. Viscount. Strange name for a ship. They can't all be named for dukes and princes. Viscount wasn't always hereditary. It was an earned title once. Admirals certainly loved their metaphors, almost as much as their medals. Anyway, the point is, she never came back. Her last known location was 200 miles south of land, presumed lost to the ice. "5 years is a bit late for a rescue operation." They're probably dead. Alive or not, their research is supposedly of extreme importance. I'm going to need more than rumors about lost ships if I'm putting my life at risk. All right, you have my attention. The captain smiles. Here's what we do know. Not one person or thing has been heard from since it first left port. Until now? Until now. Someone was found who claims to have been on that ship. I need to speak to them. No, they're dead, but their testimony seems to have outlived them. Those with more money than sense want that old ship. That's the job. If I don't pick the first mate, someone else will. And, well, my judge of character's gotten me this far. What of our crew? Quite the mix. A work in progress. Some I've known for years. They get in on trust and experience. Others, well, they interview. You don't have a full crew already? Not entirely. A different undertaking than usual. We do have transport, though. We'll be traveling on board the Temperance. She's a beauty. Greenwood. Generational. Not many like it left these days. Viscount and the Temperance. They're sister ships. Bum, bum, bum. Built together. Sent out into this world to die alone. Superstition gets people killed. So does cynicism. Are you calling me a flippin' cynic? Captain looks at the bottled ship. So what do you think? Sounds like you'll need all the help you can get. When can I start? Not many are as eager as you. Not many is as flippin' stupid as I am either. Captain checks his watch. He would have checked the metronome, but it's not working right now. Captain stands up. We leave in a month. Welcome aboard, Shaw. Proverbially speaking. What do you think? I'll see you on the Temperance. There we go. I bet he's going to hold that metronome thing against me like 5 years later. You arrive at the docks a month to the day. Before you lies a ship, the letters on the side spelling Temperance. Hey, I think we're in the right spot. Approach the Temperance. Oh, cool. You walk the cobble to the boarding ramp. Beside is a sharply dressed man overseeing the loading of the cargo. He turns to you with a stern expression. You can feel his eyes assessing you. Saltborn. He's quick to inspect you for ink. Sharp-dressed man, another sailor for the fold, mid-deck with the others. I'm Robin Shaw. Address me properly, I'm the first mate. Offer a handshake. I don't know, man. What do you think? I'm not sure about a handshake with this dude, man. He's got like the comb over from the mid-century there. All right, I'm Robin Shaw, man. Oh, of course, that would make you the captain's choice for first mate, correct? I'm Mr. Templeton. I shall be operating as the chief science officer. I am also the incumbent representative of our benefactor. Do, however, consider myself and my team at you and the captain's disposal. What do you specialize in? I look forward to working together. I expect you to be up for the task. Some of the layabouts Hunt hired are questionable at best. No doubt I needn't inform you of your duties. You're second only to Captain Hunt himself. Though I must warn you, have quite the task ahead. The rabble I've spent the afternoon sorting are the same that you'll have to whip into shape. Punctuality, schedule, a strict adherence is what we need if this expedition is to succeed. I expect you to be the organized sort. Of course I'm flipping organized. I only have 3 bottles open right now. Hey, Bill Game Tough, how we doing? I expect you to be the organized sort. You would not have been assigned the role otherwise. Alright, so it looks like we just popped up something here that says week 0 morning, which means it's the morning time of the first week that we have. It's also 12 degrees Celsius, which, flip, I don't know, man, probably what, like 50 something, 55 degrees? I don't know. Fahrenheit. I likely have more in common with the crew than I do yourself. I doubt there'll be much an issue. We can only hope. But your role is more strenuous than it would first seem. Let me know when you're ready to depart. I'm certain you're eager to be back on the ocean. The less valuable time we waste here, the better. Well, what do we got here? The city? A young man. There we go. Let's go check out young man. Young man stands at the ramp, steeling himself for the journey ahead. Hesitantly, he begins to drag his feet up the ramp and onto the ship. All right. Oh, we can't go any farther. I guess we can go check out the Temperance. Are we ready, or we want to go to the city? You will be gone for quite a while. It will be some time before you see the city again. The Temperance. Hunt's description of the ship was accurate. Near identical to the Viscount, barring some modern additions. Let's do this. Set sail. Here we go. Appreciate everybody watching. Man, if you are enjoying nextfest, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Man, I'm liking the music here. Liking this game so far. Music is a touch loud. If you'd like to know the next games we're playing, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, turn it to notify all, and you'll get notified anytime we post a new video. Go online with a live stream. We do schedule all of our live streams in advance, so you'll get notification of that. Another way to continue on the conversation and get some notice is join our Discord. It's been a month. Wow. Can I lower that? That music volume is just a little too loud. There we go. Alright, a hunger draws the desperate here. Such lonely souls need lead. What will you do when steel hearts break and courage does abscond? I'll lead these souls, so help the gods, out of the pale beyond. First Mate Shaw, personal log. It's been 1 month since I signed on, and 1 week since we've set sail aboard the Temperance. I'm told the waters will get warmer as we pass the hemisphere before they turn colder. Who's paying for this? I can't help but wonder who's footing the bill for all this. Certainly not the captain. I should investigate further. The Temperance. I've never been on a ship like this before. It's seaworthy. A sturdy ship. It's hard to imagine how many crews she's mothered before us. Repurposed incessantly, the roaring machinery should see the old steward of the sea through the ice. And with it. As for the rest of the crew, there are now 22 of us, including the captain. Our next port will be our last before we enter the ice to pick up the remaining 4 members of the crew, the scouting team. Hunt is also keen to work out a deal on a pack of sledding dogs. Hey, good evening, Lawson and Linda. How are we? I hope you are enjoying your day. And I hope you're geared up for some nextfest demos. The majority of the demos that I have scheduled for this week are going to be scheduled for an hour and a half time slots, but a lot of them are generally between a half hour and an hour. Bit of playable time. This one does look pretty good, pretty promising. This one is called The Pale Beyond. The crew are a strange lot. Eclectic as the ship itself. As for its master, he's mostly kept to his quarters so far. I trust the captain. He's a trustworthy sort. Experience alone justifies his position. There aren't many who make out the other end of the naval military service with all their limbs, let alone his vigor. Though he's impulsive. The man's day-to-day decisions feel driven by instinct. I do feel myself warming up to the man. Signing off. One of Hunt's sailors approaches. Captain wants you at the helm. Good. I want to see him. All right, there's the forecastle, there's the captain's cabin. Join Hunt at the helm. You ascend the stairs to the stern and find the old captain manning the helm of the ship. Ah, Robin, lovely day for it, isn't it? It is indeed, Captain. Indeed. It's days like these I make sure to do my share of the sailing. He winks. Your winks make me uncomfortable for a man who's been at sea for that long. Let him continue. He thinks for a moment before stepping aside and stretching out a wrinkled hand. Did you ever take the helm in the merchant navy? Or were you always stuck carrying crates? Here, why don't you have a try? Take the wheel. You grip the wheel of the ship and feel the weight of the waves in your arms. Cool. The memory of your muscles rear themselves as you begin to move in time with the ship and the wind. Easy. There you have it. Captain pats you on the back. Fantastic. Now try to get a sense of where we are. Get some perspective. Peaceful, isn't it? Panning and zooming speeds can be adjusted in the settings menu. He takes the wheel back from you. I think I'll drink the morning in a little longer. Would you mind preparing my quarters for the day's work? There's much to do. All right, there we go. Captain's cabin. What do we got to do here? Take requests. The desk. The painting. A tub. Let's check out the painting. A classical painting depicting sailors doing battle with a kraken. Of course, we're Saltborn. An ode to an old folk story of the great Captain Seamus dance with the Salt Kings. The desk. On the desk, you make out a variety of papers, notes, and maps. Landborn. As well as sealed letter with a stamp you recognize as the mark of the Apperton Tinning Company. The desk itself is suspended with ropes to keep it safely in place. A tub. A pristine furnished tub secured to the floor, a luxury to be had on the ice. There we go. You take a seat at the end of the room. The captain joins you. Now let's run through our provisions before taking requests. To start, there's 23 souls signed onto this expedition, ourselves included. That's 16 free to be assigned to tasks if they aren't already busy. The rest are deployed to their permanent stations. Alright, so we're gonna assign some people here. You're only able to deploy crew who you have discovered. They must be in good health and not otherwise deployed to another post. Hey, Big G, how you doing, buddy? We'll be picking up the scouting crew at the next port. The lot of us also seem to be in good spirits. The expedition will tear itself apart if you end the week with no decorum left. Alright, that must be the decorum there. We got 100 out of 100. We're good. We're good. We've enough provisions to last for 6 months in case of emergency. Crew members will start to develop scurvy and be unable to work should you end the week with no food left in the hoosh pot. Oh, you was working with Trev and Stephanie on subsistence. Wow. That's awesome. Awesome, man. That is a fun game. I wish I had time for it. Man. And more than enough fuel to see us back there and again. Alright, so fuel, we got 100 out of 100. You will all freeze to death if you end the week with no fuel in the furnace. Oh, sledding dogs. Well, there's still a matter of negotiation. Dogs will be needed to send sledding teams out to gather resources on the ice. Now, on to work. Corvin and Cordell. Looks like we met some people. A sailor enters. We found a stowaway in the lower hold. Bring them in. Another sailor enters, leading a young man by their side. You know, you're not the first stowaway I had. Captain studies them further. You know where we're headed, don't you? I do, sir. The ice. Did you know that before you climbed inside that crate? I did, sir. How old are you? You're hardly a useful pair of hands. Not true. I can pull my weight. Do you know your jib-boom from your bowsprit? I do. I learned it all from my da. Your da. He's Ward's son. Followed him on board back in the city. What should we do with him, Captain? Well, Shaw? Hunt eyes me up. Your first mate, what should we do with him? He's not staying on board. It's your decision. I'd keep him on board. Hunt squints. Why? He's clearly here because his father is. It wouldn't be wrong to separate them. We don't have time to accommodate this. If the boy wants to freeze to death, let him. All right, boy. Consider yourself part of the crew. Be sure to keep your nose clean and follow orders. I will. Thank you, sir. Captain. Not sir. Aye, Captain. The stowaway joins the 2 sailors below deck, now a member of the crew. Did we go up to 24 now? There we go. We went to 24. Maximum crew members have increased. Well, it seems the litter has a new runt. I hope the rest won't mind sharing their rations. What of the father? Simple. Split their pay and their rations. Any ration the boy takes should come from his. I doubt he intended for this to happen. We'll keep an eye on them both. I suppose you're right. Well, that matter's sorted. Cordell, have you agreed upon my conditions? To the point, eh? Shaw, this is Lady Cordell. Cordell is here to provide us with the kennel of hounds for the sleds, and our arrangement was that she would train them until we part ways at the nearest island, but you neglected to inform me that you were bringing my dogs through the Pale Passage. I had no intention of sending the pack to its death. You seem to have good faith in this expedition. It's one thing to ask for my whole kennel. It's another to drag them into the ice to chase a myth. Never before has a buyer been so dishonest. And never before has a seller made such strong demands. You already sold the dogs, did you now? You have no control over them now. I have right to rescind the sale at any time. I'm willing to honor the deal fully, should my conditions be met. She demands we allow her to come along on the expedition as a member of the crew. None on the ship have experience and familiarity with the dogs that I possess. If you're taking them to such brutal location, they'll need me to guide them if they have any chance of survival. The humans on board too, of course. Of course. You can see my dilemma, Shaw. We've just accepted a stowaway. Bringing on another member of this crew is a risk, but my hands may be tied. Your thoughts? I don't see a harm in an expert on the dog sleds. We should consider the deal. If you're so adamant, we accept your offer. All right. I don't see the harm in having an expert on the dog sleds. A good point. This deal is already to your benefit. Do you have anyone on board with extensive training in the management and ruling of dogs? Your sleds are useless if you can't control the dogs efficiently. And I would like to ensure my dogs are treated properly. Your knowledge should prove valuable. Invaluable. I have a room prepared for you below deck. Maximum crew is now increased to 25. No need. You'll find me on the forecastle with the dogs. She leaves. I hope I'm not making a mistake, Shaw. 14 available dogs. Finish the requests. All right, here we go. Let's see. We've got, now that's all settled. I have one more errand for you to run. Could you grab the Stoke brothers and order them to meet me up deck after dinner? Hefty lads, red hair. You couldn't mistake them for another. Urgent matters, Stoke brothers. Do you require me for the meeting? No. This isn't a matter of the first officer need concern themselves with. They'll be down on the middle deck. In the meantime, you should grab a copy of the crew manifest and get acquainted with more of the crew. There we go. Let's go. Whoa, look at the ship, man. It's all frozen, man. It's frosty. This is cold, man. All right, let's go on up here. Join the figure balancing on the mast. Who the flip is up there on the mast? Upon closer inspection, you make out the ship's photographer, Kasha Belford, balanced on the ship mast with a camera, lining up a photo. How's the view up there? Oh, cursing her to... Oh, flip's sake. Help her down. You help her retrieve the device and untangle herself from the rigging. That was a close shave. It's about time I met the first officer of the ship. Yes, I've heard about you. You have? Well, I'm not used to having any kind of reputation. I suppose there's some sort of rule against what I was doing up there. Deepest apologies, but sometimes there's a shot you cannot pass up. An accomplished photographer, Kasha Belford, won the Fintler Prize, the highest honor in journalism, for a work covering plague outbreaks and riots in the capital. Hey, DDG, how we doing, buddy? Man, I hope you're enjoying your day, and hopefully you'll enjoy a little bit of this game here. Part of nextfest. It's a demo. You expected someone of her accolades to be older, more experienced. This is likely the first time on the sea like this. She's not prepared for this. Her proof is all we have. Her accomplishments surely outweigh her youth. Unless we devise a way to bring the Viscount back with us, her proof is all we have. The cold game. Picture that as a header. What? It sounds fine to me. I like it. Let her continue. For the piece on this voyage, I'm trying to come up with a snappy name. No one will read it if the title sounds like the work of an amateur. I'm not the creative type. I'm sure you'd know better. Tilts her head and grits her teeth, holding her inner debate within herself. Maybe not. How about Hunt's Incredible Voyage? Too fantastical? I suppose. I'll find the right name when the time comes. I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? Apologies. I'm just a little excited. I've never been on a voyage like this. I suppose in your experience, the open ocean is the home of the mundane. Though I suppose you've never traveled this far south on the merchant lines. I'm not adverse to thrills. Bring 'em on. Well, I hope we have some coming this way. I'm hoping to capture something right out of Kurt Darling's old escapades. That reminds me, he'll be joining us at the next port. I should get his picture at some point. Stand still, Shaw. Whoa, that blinded me. Captain sent me to grab a copy of the manifest. Oh, yes. I'm putting together a manifest of the crew for you. She hands an annotated document. Here it is. Crew manifest. Got it. Killian Smurf Sanders. Amelia Corvid Sparrow. Joe Green. Mean Joe Green. Timmy Runt Ward. He was a stowaway. Sailor Ice Savvy. Sailor Ice Savvy. We got ice savvy sailors. That's awesome. I can't see, man. It's a work in progress. The scout team are to join us at the next port, and the captain's forbidden me to the boiler room. If you could ask the others to get their portraits taken, I'd be very grateful. Don't want to leave anyone out. Do something like that stunt on the mast again, you'll be removed of your camera. I'll see what I can do. I will not disturb you of your work any further. I have a few more shots I want to get before the sun lowers, anyhow. Safe shots, officer, don't worry. You leave her to her work. Alright, so here's the captain's quarters. Here's downstairs. This is, what is that? Descend below deck. I thought this was below deck. Oh, that's going up to the forecastle. There's the two Johns. Are those the redheads? Look at that temperature, man. It's dropping. It was 12 earlier. You spied a large man with a youthful gait carrying a heavy crate over his shoulder. Oh, you're Officer Shaw. Gives a bright, warming smile. Two Johns. That's what they called me. I'm sure you'll get your nickname later. Two Johns offers a handshake but loses control of the crate. He struggles before firmly holding it in place with both hands. Maybe later. Alright, there we go. We got another crewman. Alright. What do we got here? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That was... Whoa! Holy Nikes, that's fast. Wow. All I'm doing is touching the right mouse button and the screen is going flipping bananas. B-A-N-U-S bananas. There we go. Oh, look, we can meet some people here. Let's go here. Find yourself almost knocking over a man carrying a heavy pot. Cook. Careful. You almost got drenched in broth. Apologies, I'm in a rush on a request. You're the ship's cook, are you not? Indeed I am, and I've got a full plate on my hands. Pardon the pun. You hear a roar from the other side of the door. Oi! What's holding you up? The cook shakes his head with a smile and chuckles slightly. He grabs a large pot and prepares to make his way to the hungry crew before turning his head to you. If you don't mind, could you carry that tray of biscuits behind me? Do I look like a cook? Of course I'll carry the tray. You grab the plate and follow the cook out the door and to the table where the crew are waiting. Upon the cook's arrival, the sailors let out a rowdy cheer and the ship's cook placing the broth upon the table. Trust me, fellas, this one's worth the wait. The cook speaks with a tone of pride as he ladles the broth into a bowl. Oi, one at a time, you animals. Ward, you're awfully handsy for only one man. Ah, piss off, Junior. Got some bread here, too. Grab it fast before Tucker beats you to it. Crew laughing are as merry as Junior guides their way back through the kitchen. Oh, you're Junior. I take that to mean Hunt told you about me. Sent you to fetch me, did he? Did he not give you a description? Or were you just not paying attention to the cook? With it being a demo or a beta version, there may be some problems and misspellings, usually in the language and things. We weren't properly introduced. Well, Hunt wished to see you as soon as possible. You seem popular. Well, you know what they say about the hand that feeds. Besides, half the crew I've known for years. You don't spend that much time on a ship without learning all about them. We weren't properly introduced. Robin Shaw, right? I've been keeping track of all the new crew. Bjorn Stokes, but nobody calls me that. You'll hear them call me Junior. You should do the same. No idea why Hunt picked someone he's never worked with as first mate, but you seem the helpful sort. Glad to have you aboard. Have you been traveling with Hunt long? My brother and I are among Hunt's most tenured crew. It's not often he'll hire outsiders, but I suppose this job is too big for just the usual suspects. Well, Hunt wished to see you as long as possible. Oh, as soon as possible, sorry. Ah, yes, good old Hunt. Never a rest on this ship, let me tell you. Especially when the Hunt takes a liking to you. Alright, cool. So we got that one. Let's go and call the crew for dinner. Alright. There we go. Crew's having their meal. So we met 5 out of the 25, it looks like. It passes in relative silence. Of course, their mouths are full. Crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. Twilight falls. Whoa, what the holy flip? That's gotta stop with that. The dinner table. Ah, over dinner you overhear newly picked up stowaway speaking with a one-armed man. But you're lucky Hunt didn't throw you overboard. Half a mind to do that myself. Come on, Da. I'm here to help. Better know that involves work. Don't expect special treatment. I won't. You're an impossible child, Timmy. Alright. Doug Ward added to the manifest. Cool. The flip, man. That has got to stop. That is horrid. Ascend to the top deck. What we got here? Mr. Gloss. You spot one of Templeton's science team pacing around the middeck, searching through some luggage that has been pulled from a cabin. Let me look in the light. Where was it now? He notices you. Ah, Officer Shaw, correct? Dwight Glossy. Apologies. I seem to have misplaced something while settling in the cabin. A bottle of wine, actually. Can't be hard to miss. It'll turn up eventually. I would hope so. My wife and I brought a bottle to celebrate with, to be saved for the journey back, of course. Well, if you find it, please let me know. All right, Dwight's Glossy added to the manifest. There we go. What do we got here? Nobody else. Ascend above deck. Enter your cabin. Above deck. What do we got here? Oh, there's Templeton. Oh, here's somebody over here. The ocean. Man, having a hard time meeting everybody. I mean, where the flip are they? They're on a boat. How are we going to miss everybody on the boat, man? Seriously. You spot Templeton looking out into the sunset. As you approach, he turns to you and nods. Ah, Officer Shaw. It'll be some time before we see a sunset such as this again. The light distribution towards the southern pole is quite the change. I noticed you weren't at dinner. I prefer to eat in solitude. I have my own cabin and I make use of it. Templeton keeps his focus on the reflection of the setting sun over the stirring waters of the ocean. There is great expectation upon us, officer. Are you feeling the pressure? I can't afford to. We all have to keep our focus. Templeton looks down, catching his reflection. He looks back up at the sunset. Quite the sight, but I wouldn't linger upon it too long. We should retire for the evening. It's important the first officer be well rested. Proceed to advance to the next week. Alright, so we've been on the boat for about a week, and we now know 7 of the crew members out of 25. Are you flipping kidding me? I would hope we would have met them all the first day or two. Use E. Oh, we gotta hold it. There we go. Uh-oh, we lost some rations there. Holy crap. Food rations per crew member this week. Normal. 2 per person. Ow, flip's sake, man. Fuel rations this week. Oh, let's lower the rations, man. Shit, we can't last that flipping long. We're at half rations before we even get started, man. Uh-oh. They're not going to like us, but we're not going to let them starve either. Confirmations? There we go. The ship's make its last port at Whaletail Island. Cordell's sledding dogs are picked up. The scouting crew and Kurt Darlings are picked up. The days are getting brighter as you move farther south. All right, let's start the next week and see what that has to offer. Man, are the dogs going to eat our rations too? That could be really interesting. 2 weeks on the Temperance. There's a nap. There's a wrap. There's a wrapper in our cabin. Wait, what? Who goes there? Come on in. The door swings open to reveal Kurt Darling, all but filling in the frame, grinning ear to ear. There you are, Officer Shaw. The ship's navigator is a difficult man to miss. Stature and reputation precede him. Adorned with a slew of apparatus, this seemingly one-man expedition would be known to anyone following the heyday of exploration and the merchandising that followed. It's an honor. It's an honor, really. A wealth of invaluable experience in such hostile environments. I wonder he's not been swept up to some other post. Hiding away from the rest of us, are you? Are you always this early to rise? These days I tend to enjoy a good lie-in, but not during an expedition. You know what they say of early birds and worms. Apologies for not stopping by sooner, Shaw. It took a while to set up my team. A great deal of the crew were quite eager to meet me. It's not often they work with a film star. Certainly. It's completely understandable on their part. There aren't many who haven't seen my films, particularly in this line of work. More than one fellow on this cruise said my work inspired them to explore the world. Quite the honor, isn't it? I'm certain you receive that praise often. This crew don't seem the film-going type. Well, yes, most were born to the sea to begin with, but it is good to know even one of those old films can expire. I suppose I did get distracted, didn't I? Anyway, I was hoping you'd join me up on the deck. Of course. We finally entered the pack. I thought you'd want to see it for yourself. I can't wait. I'll be right behind you. Kurt turns to walk away before turning back. Oh, and enjoy your morning. It's a good day, Shaw. Kurt Darling has now been added to the manifest. What do we got here? Open your journal. Though he seems prone to impulsivity. Alright, so we're on for week 2. How do we do? What? Open your journal. It's not... Let me type anything. Alright, let's move on. Oh, what's this? The doctor's office. Cool. That is way too flippin' fast. What do we got here? Mrs. Gloss. You note one of the science team returning to their room. Ah, Mrs. Gloss, do you have a good rest? She nods. Ah, hello. I did not expect Minnie to be up this early. Harriet Glossley. I believe I've met your husband. Ah, yes, Dwight made mention of your encounter. He's still fast asleep. He's adjusted to the ship well. I believe a walk around the ship would help acclimate myself to the waves. Perhaps it will take some more time. With that, Miss Gloss makes her way back to the cabin. The science team aren't used to the sea, or the sailor folk. Quite the culture clash, isn't it? Well, I'm sure they'll grow used to them over time. Cool. We now know 8 people. Where's this going? Enter my cabin. I don't need to do that. Let's go descend to the... No. Let's ascend above deck. There we go. There's the helm. There's join Kurt at the bow. You join Kurt. You both feel the Temperance would break the floes below you. Gripping the railing, he draws an enormous breath. The footing beneath rises as the ship mounts an impending ice floe. There's a moment hesitation before a profound crack relieves the ship. Cascading across the ice, he exhales. See, nothing else like it. You weren't wrong. It's something all right. Look at the ice. No two cracks are the same. All caused by us. By the laws of nature, this place wants us dead. And yet, here we are. Traversing in harmony. How fantastic is it? How far are we from land? We're about a week's sail from the last known location of the old Viscount. Assuming she isn't exactly where they left her, we can't take smooth sailing for granted. Same goes for this daylight. It won't remain this bright for so long once winter encroaches. Beautiful as the ice is on this course, it's going to get thicker. He looks out across the white. we won't be so confident when the leads dry up and we're stuck here till the next cycle. We need to change course. Avoid the pack. Have you informed Captain Hunt? He won't listen to me. Thinks I've been dulled by retirement. I probably see more ice than he has whiskey. We have enough supplies if it comes to that. It's not the supplies I'd be worried about. People will turn on each other before they let themselves starve. Have you ever experienced a long night winter? It's not pleasant, to say the least. If it comes to that, we'll adapt. Ah, I can see why he hired you. You understand then, Robin. We're only as good as the unhappiest man. I'll do what I can. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. Kurt nods and turns back to look across the ice. Oh. Is this halfway across week 2? Wow, it's -4 degrees. Holy flip. All right, so yeah, it's definitely freezing. Let's go check out the helm. At the stern, you notice an old sailor at the helm. The old man takes in a deep breath in the cold air before letting out a satisfied exhale. Morning. He eyes you up. Officer Shaw, right? Lefty. Call me on account of, well, should be obvious. Don't worry about the bad sight. This is all just keeping her steady. He examines you. Surprised Hunt picked from the outside for his first mate. I assure you I'm more than qualified. Oh, I don't doubt that. You must be something special for Hunt to look outside the ranks. You've got the experience at least. Merchant Navy's quieter, though. Mornings like these are about the only peace I get from the younger lot. You should take these moments when you can. Lefty returns his attention to the helm. Cool. So now we learned another one. Where the flip is everybody else at, man? I guess we go down below deck? Below deck? Oh, here we go. Here's some more people. Oh, what? They're flipping sleeping? Hammocks? Many of the crew are still fast asleep laying in hammocks. Sounds of snoring are rather obvious. Alright, go back to the top deck. Doctor's office? Knock on the doctor's office. You are yet to come across the ship doctors, even after all this time. Alright, captain's cabin. Take requests. What do we got? What is this? The scouts, engineers, scientists, specialists, resource cards, key items, camera, accordion. Cool. Alright, this just has mostly to do with the people there. Ah, Shaw. Ready for another day of work? Did you hear Kurt's advice? He wants us to switch course. Indeed. Good to hear. I was hoping you'd help me work through a few more requests from the crew. You may have noticed the lineup pooling up outside. Everyone wants something, it seems. Call them in as you please. Let's do, Hammond? A short, sour-faced man in engineer clothing. He approaches. Are you acting daft, Hunt? Not with intention. Not bloody surprised you didn't notice. Shaw, this is our chief engineer, Clive Hammond. An opinionated one. What is it, Hammond? We've hit the ice, and you haven't assigned any extra men down on the boiler. You have your engineering team. And we've only got 6 arms between us. I need more manpower maintaining this, sailors. Many of the crew have their own tasks they're busy with. I know I've already assigned Smurf on the matter. Captain turns to you. Oh shit. I lost a crewman. How many do you think is fair? 1? 3. Open the crew manifest. Choose how many sailors you want to assign. How about the new one? Minimum cards required 1. And then this one is locked. Amelia, Corvid Sparrow, Yosef Green. You know what? Let's go ahead and do the dad. There we go. Oh shit, man. Was that not it? Let's go that one. Let's go that one. Confirm. There we go. -2. I lost people, man. You giving me Ward? Ward with 1 bloody arm? Young Runt could use someone to teach him on the job. Who better than his father? Don't get me started on handing over the bloody stowaway. Would you rather none? The engineer holds his tongue. Fine. But you can tell me how right I was when we're buried under the ice. A good spirit, that one, beneath the oil and the temper. You won't be seeing much of him, though. Prefers to burrow himself into the boiler room. Let's go with Kasha. Corvid. Corvid enters the office. Hunt, you asked for a report on how the stowaway was doing. I wanted to see if the young boy is settling in. He has indeed. It means it's another mouth to feed, but the boy works hard and doesn't ask much. He has his dad to guide him as well. I'm sure the boy's father is ecstatic. Worried sick, but happy. Well, what do you know, Shaw? Perhaps we were right to keep the boy aboard. Wow, we gained some decorum. That's good. Alright, so next is Kasha. Captain Shaw. A thought occurred to me the other day while working through the crew manifest and, well, it might be too late for this now, but we've already entered the ice. Out with it. I thought it would be good to have individual photos of the full crew for your report. Not only for my report, it would be good reference for the manifest. Put faces to the names. Much of this crew has served me for years, some decades. I have little problem putting faces to the names. Your thoughts? It seems a good idea. If nothing else, it would make for a good souvenir. Sentimental of this expedition, are you? +1 on the decorum. Some proper photographs will have some historical weight to it. Well, Belford, I see no problem there. I'll arrange for pictures to be taken before the crew have their dinner. Thank you. In the meantime, I'll attempt to get as many individual crew photos as I can. Hey, Farm Sim Freak, how you doing, man? I appreciate you being here. I hope you are enjoying your day. And hopefully you enjoy the demos that I'm bringing forth here with nextfest. You can also wishlist these games. If you do not know, you can wishlist any of these games that I'm bringing here from nextfest. They are down in the description. A link to their Steam page. All right, here we go. Kasha, you're still welcome to help on the matter, Officer Shaw. She departs satisfied. I satisfied Kasha. That's good. That's all we need. Good to have all that settled in. I take it you have spoken to our navigator. Kurt had a few words to share with me about changing course. He may have been an expert in his time, but these days Kurt is one with more money than sense. Still, perhaps we shouldn't rule out Kurt so easily. If the man thinks there could be an alternate path through the ice, he's free to search for it. Shaw, I met with him when you have time. Changing course or not, we'll want one of his scouts to set up in the crow's nest. Take care of that. Then you'll be done for the day. Alright, so we need one of the scouts to go in the crow's nest. Here's a map. Take the rigging. Speak to the navigator. Descend below deck. Approach the sick young man. Send me up there. I'll get you a reading. Scientist eyes the man and turns to you. I believe the navigator means you to send one of his scouts. Navigator clears his throat and taps his cane. Of course. If you find one of mine, they'll get us a reading rightly. Oh, for flip's sake, man. What is this? Scout from the crow's nest. The rigging. Let's go check this one. Seasick. You spot a youthful-looking man over the... He's youthful? Youthful? Over the side of the ship. His head slumped on as he looks into the icy pool below. It appears he's been visited by a spot of seasickness. Pat him on the back. Rub his belly. Are you okay? You speak out and the sickly man doesn't answer. He raises his head and turns to spot you, his eyes widening in shock as he does. A bespectacled young man shaking with the unease. He stares at you for a brief moment, a look of shame plastered upon his face. Sorry. I haven't seen you around. Who are you? I'm very sorry. Arthur turns around and hurriedly runs in the opposite direction, avoiding your gaze. Awesome. Arthur Needle added to the manifest. Ding! I think we go up here. Scout from the crow's nest. Ooh, we haven't met the scouts yet. The rigging? While examining the rigging, your eyes notice a figure darting by, climbing on the ropes with ease. The figure lands on their feet before dusting themselves off. Their outfit denotes one of Kurt's scouting crew. There we go. Acrobatic scout. Ah, no problem. She looks to you. And you are Officer Shaw. Flick. I'm one of Kurt's crew. Don't worry about my safety. I know what I'm doing. Trust me. Kurt doesn't just hire anyone. Well, he didn't hire me for no reason. Got the medals in gymnastics if you're worried about my credentials. Flick jumps up and returns to scaling the rigging of the ship. There we go. Found one. Nailed it. There we go. What is this? There we go. Rigging. There we go. Confirm. Got it. They ascend to the nest and take the reading with the sextant. All clear from up top. Alright. Well, so far I'm enjoying this game. It's quite interesting. There's quite a bit of detail and depth to this game. Man, I hope you guys are enjoying it. Let's see, is this week 2? Let's check. Whoa, it does move really fast when we do this, though. Where do we start from? Can we tell the map? So there's something here. Orca Island. What the flip, man? Viscount Island. I would guess that's where we want to go. And return. Well, what did I do? Did I hit a wrong button to go there? Let's go here. Descend below deck. What do we got here? Oh, we're hearing something. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Should we listen in? Should we listen in? You overheard 2 of the newly arrived scouting crew talking. Ah, Quisley. Any trouble settling in? Not too bad. I can't wait for a chance to sleep, though. A proper navigator never rests until their work is done. Of course, of course. I take it you had no issue settling in. Squirrel Lock Holmes, how are you, man? I hope you're enjoying your day. It's good to see you, man. The crew are a funny lot. Oh, Kurt certainly had caught their attention. Do you think any of them would mistake Kurt and myself? I think you'd collapse from joy if they did. Perhaps, perhaps. Alright, we found the other 2 scouts. Cool. Let's descend down to middeck. Oh, here's more people. Awesome. What is this room here? Oh, there's the pumps. What is this room? The pantry. All right, somebody here with an accordion. He spots you and ceases in his playing. Need something. You're Grimley, aren't you? Sure, Grimley's, aren't you? The man grunts. Grimley Stoke. I'm the ship's carpenter. Nice accordion. Grimley takes a step back as you approach. You can see it from there. No touching. Your brother sent me to speak with you. Junior? Oh, you're a Shaw. Junior mentioned you. It was good to meet you, Grimley. Grunts in response. Wanted us to meet, did he? Well, we're met now. Won't keep you from your work. Don't keep me from my break. Cool. Who is this one? A hooded sailor? You spot a suspicious-looking sailor emerge from the pantry. Uh-oh, are they stealing our food stuff? A new day starts in 20 minutes. Wow. What time is it? Oh, wow. Yep. And I got a new stream starting in 20 minutes, too. Holy smokies. The hooded sailor spots you, keeping their hands firmly in their pockets. Not what it looks like, Officer Shaw. Pleck. But call me Gnomes. I'm not thieving anything. I'll take you at your word. Expected you to interrogate me more. No worries. I was just setting up a practical joke. Best of luck with that. Thank you. It's not at your expense if that's your concern. Have to get some enjoyment around here, don't you think? With their mysterious trap set, gnomes scurry off to the upper decks and return to work. Alright, so we added another person there on the crew roster. Cool. And we've got the cook here. Let's approach the cook. Hey, Shaw, can you grab some tins from the pantry? It's nearly time for dinner. Good. Let's go there. Alright, the moment you enter the pantry, a bag of flour drops on your head, scattering all over your officer's uniform. Eh? The hell was that, gnomes? You wipe the flour off you before continuing. Oh, what the flip. Tinned food, your life in a crate of tins from the shelves. There we go. What will it be today, Shaw? Feed the hoosh pot. Ooh, look at that, man. Minimum cards required, 1. Alright, a sealed sustenance prepared by the Apperton Tinning Company. Alright, so that's going to be less on that, but it's going to be more on the food. There we go. That's going to give us some more. Nice. Alright, now we can leave. What is this? Call the crew for dinner. Let's go in this. The pumps. Is there anything in here? Nothing. Call the crew for dinner. Alright, everybody's having their meal. Aye. The days get longer, but dinner is fixed. It will see us through the long days and the darkest nights. There we go. The time moved. Crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. You can't help but notice that it's still bright and light outside. Let's listen in. You notice 2 sailors passing by for the dinner table, and an inebriated sailor on wobbling legs leaning to one shoulder of another. Good times, good times. No need to lean. Need to learn to handle your drink, Tucker. But I'm fine. My mates can carry me, eh, Cavity? They can also drop you. Have 2 Johns carry you next time. Are you asleep? Shit. All right, we met Ralph Shun and Tolson Higgs. Cool. So I met a couple more people. I like how you can't assign people until you actually meet them. That's a good mechanic. All right, here we go. We got nobody else. Let's go up. What do we got? Let's go listen to these guys. You overhear two engineers chatting above the deck, or rather you overhear one engineer speaking to another. Don't know how the chief could stay down there all evening. You ever see Mr. Hammond eat? I haven't. Maybe he doesn't eat. Man's not human if he can work all day and night on that boiler. Probably doesn't sleep either. He probably sleeps. Aye, Dick. It's figurative. Right. Alright, so we met two more people. Nice. Oh, Squirrellock Holmes says, Beaver, don't cut down my tree. We both love them, but you just moved in. That's cute, man. Very cute. Oh, here we go. Here's the approach the dogs. Ingrid Cardle added to the manifest. The dogs regard her with rapt attention as she paces between them, bowl in hand. Largest joins her side. Oh, man. Oh, the little whiny puppies. Try some. You nearly burn your mouth with the hot broth. Surprisingly tasty. Feel yourself warming up. You seem to enjoy it. I'm afraid there's only so much. If you want more, it'll be among the dog's leftovers. Penguins, some blubber, fats and proteins. Fastest way to hydrate them. Was there something you needed? Just inspecting the animals. They belong here more than we do. Unlike us, they need the ice. It cools them through their paws as they run. They'd overheat otherwise. Strong creatures. Very. They handle stress differently. Adapt quickly. There's plenty to be learned from them. Who's that beside you? This is Stanberry. Bark. You love these animals. They need me. And you'll need them. Pet the puppy. You ruffle its head, it tries to lick the broth from your fingers. Alright, now we can leave. There we go. I think we're going to go back into our place. Oh, wait a minute. No. Let's go back up. Let's go to the captain's cabin. Captain's turned in for the evening. All right, let's go down. Let's turn in. There we go. Open your journal. It's not letting me write on the journal anymore after that first week. That's interesting. Resource cards. Scouts, engineers, scientists. So we got all the specialists. Oh, not that one. Oh, yeah, that's me. Resource cards. Key items. Sailors. We're missing a sailor. And we're missing a scientist. Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do to end out this turn. Here we go. There's a door there. You knock on the door. No response. Knock on the door. Still no response. You can hear the sounds of rustling inside. After knocking on the door several times, it finally swings open to reveal one of Templeton's science team. Do I already have some nextfest demo recommendations? I really haven't done a lot yet. I've heard Man of Lords is good. I'm going to be doing that one tomorrow night. This one here, if you do like, a little bit of story and a little bit of what we've been doing here, this game's pretty fun. But I will be doing quite a few nextfest over the next couple of days. The Annoyed Scientist. Do you require my presence? I'm equating with the crew. Who are you? You should know, I'm the meteorologist. Andre Isaac. If I'm not required for anything, I would ask not to be disturbed any further. Wow. Don't get annoyed. I just wanted to say hello. Hello. Oh, that's right. We were going to press E to move on to the next week. All right, guys. Well, I don't know how much longer this goes, how much more we have of the demo. We've been doing this now for a little over an hour. So there's quite a bit of content here for a demo. And I'm not exactly sure when this game is coming out. It does say sometime during 2022. So it will be coming out soon. But I'm enjoying this. I think there's quite a bit to play here. And I think we may come back to this a little bit later in the week if we do have time. But we do have another demo which is going to be starting in a few minutes. All right. Thank you all very much. Y'all enjoy your evening.